Hi friends, it's Anne here, and today's video is my buys and buys video for the month of February in 2022. Got my trusty little sidekick right here. Okay, maybe I don't have my sidekick with me, because he's now on the floor. Anyway, this video, I actually wasn't even planning to film this video today. I didn't think I had time to get a video in today, but I've got some time. I don't look too good, because I don't feel too good. But we're going to get through this anyway because I do want to film this video. It's something that's been actively on my mind because this is really all about my sort of beauty budget for 2022. So let's get started on the buy side. So just a quick recap of January. I'm not going to talk about the numbers in January, but my starting balance for February, the budget I had to spend was $145.59 Canadian. So what did I spend that on? The first thing actually was something that I figured I was going to get in January, and it was going to throw my balance off in January and put me in the negative for the first month, but I didn't get it to the beginning of February. It was my Beautylish Lucky Bag. I did a whole video on that, so I'm not going to talk about the products in detail. I'd say like the biggest thing, the cool thing was the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. So yeah, this is what she looks like. She is beautiful. I mean, still looks pretty pristine. I feel like I haven't really explored this as fully as I feel like I can, but I'm pretty excited to have this. I did a little get ready with me and I used this, and I talked about, I think in that video, that I would have liked to have the Hindash palette. I'd like to have both. So I'm not like mad that I got this. I'm super happy that I got this, but I think I would have been just as happy if I got the Hindash palette. No, that was in my beauty wish list video. I talked about that. So yeah, in that video I talked about everything that I got, but the quick rundown is I got the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, the Sonia G Worker One Brush, lovely brush. Part of me wants to turn into like a brush snob. Like if I'm spending money on beauty, I kind of want to like maybe purchase better brushes, although I'm also very much not good at taking care of things, so that's my only hesitancy of getting nicer brushes, but it's a lovely brush. The Danessa Myricks Beauty Color Fix, Danessa Myricks Beauty Color Effects 24-hour cream color foil in Venus. Yes, stupidly long names, but whatever. It's like a cream eyeshadow in the shade Venus. I've only played with that a couple of times, so I don't know how I feel about it fully. It's definitely not an everyday item. It's like a fun item. It's not something I would have probably gone out of my way to purchase. I was looking at those, but I was looking at the like cream kind of ones that they had in their other shades. The lipstick from Wayne Goss in Dahlia. Again, that shade's a little off for me, but it works if I use a deeper or like a pinker lip liner. The Good Molecules Glycolic Exfoliating Toner. I haven't even tried that yet. And the hair scrunchies, which I have tried the hair scrunchies. I know somebody suggested putting them on my wrists for when I wash my face. I did do that, not with those, but I used to have wristbands and I tried that and I would still get water. I think it's water just touching my wrists weirds me out. So I actually have tried it my hair. My issue with those hair ties is they're way too loose to tie around once. Like if I tie up my hair in like a bun, like, you know, do this and then just stick it on, it's too loose. But if I try and wrap it twice, it's really tight. Like I'm like, oh my God. It kind of works. What I've been kind of doing is I'll tie it up in like a bun and put it in. And then what I'll end up doing is sort of like taking my hair out a bit looser like this and sort of like half twisting it up and sort of like getting this sort of twisty thing to try and like absorb the moisture from my hair into the little things. I don't know. I haven't really figured it out 100%. I don't really love it. I don't even know what I look like with them in my head. I don't even want to take a picture or look in the mirror. I probably look stupid with them on, but whatever. So it's fine. It's functional, but it's not really something that was up my alley, if that makes sense. So the total that I paid for the Beautylish box was $124.67, and the value of my box was $240. So it worked out that with my December budget combined with the remainder of my January budget, I was still under budget because I had $145 and the Beautylish bag was $124. So what does Anne do? I knew eventually I had some room in there. I placed an order on NYX because I saw that they were having, I think it was like 30% off or 20% off on their website, and I knew I wanted to try a few of their products. I had them on my wish list, which I talked about in my previous video. So I picked up two of the products that I talked about already in my last Get Ready With Me is the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum, which I like. Again, I want to play with it more and maybe get another shade. And then as well as I got the Thick It, Stick It thickening brow mascara. And again, I feel like I did a really bad job of like showing that product in my Get Ready With Me. And I feel like, I don't know, I waver between putting it on before I fill in the rest of my brows or putting it on after I fill in my brows. So a lot of the times what I've been doing recently is actually filling in my brows with my ABH Dip Brow pomade, which is in my Project Pan, and then I'll go back in with this, and I like the way that looks. I feel like I'm getting a better definition in the shape of my brows when I do it that way. I feel like when I flip it the other way, like what I did in the video, it's a bit more of a natural look, so it doesn't necessarily look great on camera. It's not as precise, but I do like this product, and again, I'd be very much interested in getting a deeper shade, but I feel like this shade works fine for me too, because I really don't need to draw too much attention to my eyebrows. We know they're not good. The other item that I ended up picking up, which I never talked about anywhere, was this NYX. This is the Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Kitten Heels. I've talked about this in the past that I don't have any red lip liners, and I have quite a few red lipsticks and lip products, but no red lip liners. So I picked this up. It wasn't the original one that I wanted, but the one that I wanted wasn't there, or no, the one that I wanted was there, but I had so many issues with trying to get a price for like free shipping. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I have no idea why I drew that sort of shape. It's a very, I would say like a true red. It's showing up maybe a little bit bright on camera there, but it's definitely like a true red. Maybe a bit pinky red. Like it's definitely not on the orange side of things. I don't feel like it. I feel like it's definitely like a mid-tone red. So my NYX order ended up being $30. Sorry, I need to zoom in and see. Can't read this, too far away. Was $30.85, and the retail value was only $39. So I saved like what, $8.15. Like I did not save a lot of money, so it's kind of pointless to buy it. Like I wanted to buy these items to try them, but I really shouldn't have bought them. I should have waited for a better deal. But I mean, I was just in the drugstore the other day and looking at some of the NYX products because they have that eyebrow pen as well. NYX is expensive. Like everything is like $16, $17, $18, and then here we have 13% tax, so you're like over $20. Like if I bought 3 items, that's $60 right there. Like it's a lot of money. Yeah, NYX is kind of expensive. And then because I have a problem with going to Winners or Marshalls, Winners is like our TJ Maxx or TK Maxx, and I saw a couple products, which again I talked about in my Get Ready With Me, the Bite, it's called the Yay Sayer, what is the full name? Yay Sayer Plumping Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade Guava Puff. Again, I really like this. The one thing I do want to show is it looks like I've used a lot of product. It's one of those like air pump kind of things, so it twists and pushes the product down. I have not used that much product, but I had to twist it like a ton to start getting product to come out of it. I like this. It's a really nice lip gloss. Did I need to buy it? Nope. But I did get a good deal on these 2 items. And the other one was this Buxom bronzer. Again, I'm not sure I love this shade. It's a little orangey on me. This is the Rooftop Tan shade. And this is actually quite pigmented. Like it doesn't look very pigmented when I swatched it. But then when I put it on my face, I was like, oh, okay, there we go. But it is a nice formula. Like it's very soft. It blends really nicely. I was just so intrigued by this because everybody talked about how nice these are. And it's definitely nice, but not needed. Like if I were to choose between this and the Becca, I think it's the Bronze Bondi one that I have, I would pick that one over this one for sure. It's nice though. I'm okay that I bought it, but I really shouldn't have. So the value of these 2 items together, so I paid, well, let's talk about it individually. I paid $14.68 for this, that's including tax, and the retail value of the bronzer is $37. And then I paid with tax $9.03 for this, and the retail value of this is $33. Holy crap. So together they were $23.71, and their retail value was $70 for these 2. So I got a really good deal on these items. So I'm feeling like the lesson learned for me is I need to make a choice. If I'm going to buy something from the drugstore, that's all I buy. But if I'm going to buy something from like Winners or Marshalls, that I'm really careful on what I pick, but then I don't buy anything else. And again, I've sort of set the rule. I saw that Emily and Max is doing this as well. Emily's another like Canadian YouTuber and project planner and all that. And she talked about a similar thing about buying something only if I'm going to do a video about it or include it in a video. And if I have yet to include that item in a video, I can't buy any more. Harley's just making the hardwood floor comfortable. Anybody else's dog do that? You know how they like fluff like their bed? He fluffs the like, I have like, I guess it's laminate. It's not real hardwood, but he like fluffs it. I don't know. It's really weird. Anyway, yeah. So it's like if I'm buying something, I have to make sure that there's a purpose behind buying it. It's not just like, ooh, shiny thing. Because that's my biggest issue is I find something that I'm super excited about, that I was super jazzed, like somebody talked about it, or it's something I've been wanting for a really long time. And then I end up like, I'll use it once and then like forget about it. But if I put it in a video and I purposely try and use it, excuse you, sir, then there's some bigger value or bigger purpose to using it. I feel like I'm rambling now. So let's just get into totals. So in February, I spent $179.23. The retail value of everything was $349, and I brought in 12 items. 8 of those items were makeup items. So if we're gonna just flip over to the budget here, just keeping tabs on the budget. My budget was $145.59. I spent $179.25. What is 25 cents? Is that right? Is that what I said? Sorry, 23 cents. Let me fix that. 23 cents. Give myself the 2 cents there. We're getting desperate. So that means I'm over budget by $33.64. If you're keeping track of what I was spending, I basically shouldn't have bought the NYX stuff. I spent $30 at NYX, and that really put me over budget. Had I not spent the NYX stuff, I wouldn't have been over budget. So right now, we're at a negative budget for end of February, but let's move on to the Empties side of things. So one good thing that's come out of doing this is it's pushing me to make sure that I'm using products up, and I'm also, when I've done this video in the past year, at least, I can't remember if I've done this for the past 2 years or the past year. I don't know. But when I was doing this in the past, a lot of times I wasn't adding up the value of my empties. I was pretty lackadaisical with my empties. They were just like, oh yeah, here's my empties. Whereas now, my empties are a bit of a mission. I am focusing on what I'm using, and I'm actually like recording the values as I go along. So I kind of have an idea where I'm at for my budget. So let's get right into the empties. Let's talk about the other items. So the other items are just things that I'm talking about, but they're not part of the value of stuff. So the first thing is I finished a Bath & Body Works candle, and this is in the scent Winter. I don't know what the scent notes are on this because this is old and doesn't have the notes on the bottom. This is a scent, it's definitely got to have like some sort of pine or foresty kind of smell. It's a bit of a musky forest kind of smell. It's not a typical scent that I'd like, but I'm starting to learn that what I like in a room fragrance is very different than what I like in like a body fragrance. And this is definitely something I feel like I'm getting into some of these deeper scents a little bit more. Because I remember when I first was burning this, I kind of liked it, but I was like, I would get sick of it. I do actually have one called Blue Winter Sky. I think that's the one. It's up on my shelf over there. I think that one's too much for me. I've been kind of like not been able to like, I use it for like, half an hour and I'm like, oh, gotta blow it out. It's too strong. Whereas this one's just right. It's not too strong for me. So I really enjoyed that. I don't know. Didn't see this scent this year. I don't know if it's like a scent that comes back. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I would consider repurchasing this again, but I know it's not everybody's favorite. I feel like it is a bit more masculine. This is something I would take home. So at home, it's my dad and I have 3 brothers. So I don't go for such girly scents if I'm buying something for the house at home. So this is something I would definitely consider buying for the house at home as well. What else is an other item here? Foot cream. So this is kind of gross. The lid fell off. This is the Gold Bond. It's just their basic, what is the actual name of this? Did I write it down? I just said Gold Bond foot cream. I wouldn't recommend this. So I bought a bunch of really extra moisturizing stuff last year, not for my feet, but I had like several different rashes going on, at least 2. these two different rashes, and one was kind of like a psoriasis type one. So I was trying to find like super moisturizing kind of things that were cooling as well, because it was very hot and itchy. And yeah, this wasn't it. This was not the moneymaker. I'm currently using a moisturizer called Urisec. Urisec, and I think it's 22% urea, and I'm using that on my feet, and it is like it's so much better than this. Like, it's actually really moisturizing my feet, where like I feel the moisture on, and then the next day my feet still feel like they've been moisturized, whereas this, I could put it on, I would still feel like my feet kind of scratchy, and then the next day my feet were not moisturized. So yeah, I would never buy this again. It was okay. Also, the packaging, you can't see it, I don't think, on camera, but it cracked like along the side way before I was even close to finishing this. And I'm like, what? Like, I am not super strong, so I don't know how I cracked it. But yeah, would not repurchase that and wouldn't recommend it. This is my other item. Even though I do usually include like hair stuff in my empties, this one is considered an other because this was a conditioner from a hair dye kit, and I've already claimed the hair dye last year, so I just finished up the little moisturizer with this, which reminds me, I need to book an appointment. I really want to do the purple hair thing, and I need to book an appointment to do the purple hair thing because I'm too afraid to do it on my own. Not that I'm too afraid to do it on my own, because I probably could do it, but I want it to come out good, and I feel like if I do it myself, it's going to be okay. It'll be a lot cheaper. It's going to be okay. So maybe I should mention that too, because I don't talk about that too much in my videos. Anything that's like a beauty service, like getting my hair done or getting my nails done, I don't really include in this beauty budget. The reason is because I rarely do that. Like, it's something I rarely do. The beauty budget is really for me to focus on not spending too much on makeup. That's really it. And maybe skincare. Like, I gotta at least keep the skincare in rein. I'm not too bad with skincare, but I feel like I could go out of control with it. So yeah, the hair care, like if I go get my hair done or anything like that, that's like not included in this budget. So anyway, this is fine. I actually like these moisturizers or conditioners. I always use them up. And then I have one declutter item. So again, declutter items don't count towards the value of anything. And you'd be like, Anne, that's a sponge. And don't you just usually like finish sponges? And I usually do. But this one I never really used. It looks messy because I think I used it once or twice and then I never bothered again. This was like a little elf sponge with an elf kit. I think I have 2 other sponges somewhere from that. I think there was 3 in it, and it's so hard. And it's like the hardest sponge ever. And even when it's wet, it's so hard. It's not the typical elf sponge that most people talk about. Like, I see people talking about an elf sponge and like, oh yeah, it's so great. This was in like a little kit with like 3 sponges, and yeah, this was terrible. So I'm getting rid of it. I came across it and I was like, why are you still in my life and in my house? Get out. I don't want you anymore. So that's that. Okay, so if you're paying attention to some of my other videos, the first 2 empties you would already know about. So I have 2 nail polish empties. Yay! So happy to have 2 nail polishes finished. So this one is Julep in Alfie. I'm kind of sad that Julep doesn't do their nail polish subscription anymore. I'd be interested in like resubscribing to something like that. And then this is the Miracle Gel Top Coat from Sally Hansen. Now that I'm in Empties, these have a value. I have like my Empties value, and then I have like the retail value. This doesn't have a spend value because this was gifted to me. I don't think I would rebuy that top coat. It was okay. It was good for like the first half of the bottle, but it's one of those ones that's really thick. So as you use it, it starts getting really stringy pretty quickly, and I just don't think it's worth it. I like other top coats. I mean, if I saw it for like $2, maybe, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I've got this, if you can even read the label. Can you read the label? Probably not. It's a Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. Most people will recognize this if you had BoxyCharm in like I think this was from 2019? Maybe 2020. No, I don't think I had BoxyCharm in 2020. This would be from 2019, I think. I don't know. It was kind of old. This again was something I was going through some of my samples, and I was like, oh, I think I was pretty close to finishing that, so let's just finish it. Also, I did see this come up in somebody else's video. I can't remember who it was, but they were kind of going through like an inventory or a collection thing, and this was in their like primers. I'm like, oh, I have that product. Hers looked a lot better than mine, although I don't think she'd used hers at all. So I did use this whole thing up. I think you can still buy this. Yeah, I did look it up, and you can still buy it. It's super expensive though. Yeah, it's $55 Canadian. yeah, I'm not buying this. I'm not a big facial oil person. However, having said that, this is more of like a dry oil, so it absorbs in right away. But I feel like there's glitter or something in this that's like, I don't know if that's really supposed to be in a facial oil. Like, do I really want to be putting that on my face? I don't know. It was fine. It didn't do anything bad to my face, but it didn't really do anything good either. So, and it's way too expensive. So I would not repurchase that. Masks. So I went through a few masks, except for one of these was actually from January and I forgot to put it in. So I meant to put this one in my January empties. This was actually from a Luxe box. I was going back through my Luxe boxes to see like what products I got, and I realized that this mask I got like January 2021. I was like, okay, we better use this. It's the Masquerade Beauty Restore mask, and it's Restore, Nourish, and Relax. So I've used quite a few Masquerade products through the Top Box and Luxe Box subscription boxes. I'd say it's like a gamble. 50% are not good, and 50% are really good. This one was a really good one. I really enjoyed this one. Like, yeah, if you come across this at some point, I definitely recommend that you pick this up, because this was a good one. I liked it. If you like sheet masks. There's a cute little doggy and I don't really know why there's a goldfish and stuff, but whatever. The other sheet mask I used is one of these Esfolio sheet masks. I need to count, see how many I have left. This is a collagen one. I still have some green tea ones, and I have some pearl ones. I like these face masks. They do what they say they're going to do. They're moisturizing. They like sit on my face pretty well. The eye holes are too small. Most of them have the eye holes are too small for me, and I have to like stretch out the eye hole. The other thing I do is like cut the piece that goes right here, because that irritates the crap out of me. And I like it. I have like a love-hate relationship with face masks, because I do like the way they feel on the face. I feel like they're moisturizing and stuff, but I hate all the waste with them. Yeah, love-hate with them. I don't know if I will continue to buy sheet masks in the future, maybe on occasion, but I mean, I've never been a big sheet mask person. I don't use them all that often anyway. And then the third mask I used was this little packet. It's the Pineapple Brightening Jelly Mask, and again, this is from that Masquerade brand, so the same sheet mask as the first one I talked about, and I really like this. This is actually one of those masks that you put on and I see a difference right away. Like, it says brightening, and you wash it off and you're like, oh yeah, my face is bright. That's really nice. In these little packs, I've learned I can get 2 uses out of these little packs, which is kind of nice. I think there was 12 in the kit, so it was something that came as the add-on for a Top Box or Luxe Box. They every once in a while would do like a $10 add-on, and this was definitely worth it for me. I thought they were a really, really nice mask, so I enjoy this one. It's kind of moisturizing, brightening. It's like a jelly type texture. It's really neat. So what else do we have? I have a body moisturizer. So I finished up this one. This is the Snowflakes and Cashmere Bath & Body Works body cream. Love body creams. This time of year, I start going through these pretty quickly. I did try and make this last as long as possible. I always cut them open. And this one was nice. The scent is really, really light. The scent notes on the back were vanilla cashmere cream, whatever that is, caramel woods, and frosted clementine. I didn't really get the clementine. I didn't really get the caramel. It almost smelled to me like a soft vanilla baby powder. Very light fragrance, really, really light fragrance. It didn't really last. Like, once I put it on my body, I couldn't really smell it anymore. Compared to other Bath & Body Works scents that are pretty intense, this is like not intense at all. I would definitely consider repurchasing this again though, because I liked that it was a soft, gentle scent that I could have used this like anytime, year round kind of thing. And yeah, I really like the body creams. I never buy the lotions. I only ever buy the body creams. And I sort of use I use those on my legs and sometimes on my arms. And then sometimes I just use like a regular like Jergens body lotion on like my arms or like my upper body and just use that on my legs. That makes sense? Because sometimes it's a little intense for all over body, especially like come spring, summer, warmer weather time. Okay, I gotta speed this up. We're losing light. Okay, what is this? And I'm holding it kind of like this because it smells really bad. This isn't, I think they call it an Italy towel. They use these, I believe, in Korean spas. And basically this is just like a scrubby. Yeah, you use it to like scrub the dead skin off your body. This was the last, I had a pack of like 6 or 10, and this is the last one that I had. And yeah, basically I use them for a handful of times, and then they'll smell, and they'll smell real bad, like instantly. And you're like, okay, it's done. It's done. I really like this like on my legs and my arms. It's too rough. Like you don't want to use this on your face. I think there's different like scrubby differences. Like I know there's these green ones. I think there are some that are gentler, but I don't think they're recommended for your face. And that, from what I've read about these, if you go to a Korean spa and they use these on your body, they like take a good like 10 layers off your body. Like they go in real hard apparently. I don't think I go in that hard, but I do really like these. And I like that, like I don't really like to use, well, they got rid of in Canada. We don't have a lot of body scrubs because we can't have scrubs with like plastic in them. And so we don't have a lot of body scrubs here. Like I keep seeing people post stuff for like TJ Maxx with like these body scrubs that we just don't get here. And I like this. I feel like they last a while. Like I can use them for quite a few uses and they do work. They really actually do. Like you see like the dead bits of your skin on it when you have the dead bits. It's pretty gross. It's gross but satisfying. You know what I mean. Okay, this item I'm kind of sad that it's already in my empties. Granted, okay, a couple things. I probably have about one more use on this, but it's not quite the end of February, and I know I will be done this end of February because I've been squeezing it real hard, and I think I can get maybe two more uses out of this. This is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. It's just basically their moisturizer. I did get a small size. This is only 30 mils. They do have one in 100 mils. The other thing that I will say is I think I kind of overdid it a few times when I was using this. It's kind of like a, what do you call it, SPF. If you use too much of this, it's like white and you really got to rub it in. It's a pretty thick moisturizer. I wouldn't really recommend this for anybody with oily skin. I don't think you would like it. But if you have dry skin, I definitely think you would like this. I would maybe consider repurchasing it again. Now that I know, like, don't go ham with it. Although at the same time, because it's winter, I did want to really like layer up the moisture on my face. But yeah, I bought this in November. So I used this for like 3 months because I don't think I even used it. It would have been December, January, February, and that's it. That's pretty quick for me for moisturizer. Like I think the one that I usually like to buy, the Neutrogena one, I'm pretty sure that lasts me longer than 3 months. I can probably look at my empties and figure that out. But anyway, this is done. I liked it. I might consider buying it again. Again, not too expensive, $5. This cost me $5. So yeah, probably the Neutrogena one's kind of expensive, even though it lasts longer. I bet you per milliliter, it's pretty equivalent. Okay, 3 more items. They're all spoilers. No, 2 of them are spoilers. So this is a spoiler for my Project Pan. This is the Delia Organics Nail and Cuticle Oil. It's done! Yay! I mean, there might be a bit of oil in there. I don't know. I can't see it, but I don't care. I'm done with it. I am done. It is out of my life. It doesn't even exist anymore. I know. Life is hard. You gotta wait. And the last 2 items are makeup items. Again, this one is a spoiler. This is my Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eyeliner. And it's done. There's a kind of teeny bit of a nubbin, but I'm scratching the plastic. So I'm done with this. She's done. Wouldn't repurchase this. It's not very dark. Definitely lasts pretty well. Can't vouch 100% if it's waterproof, but I think there's better out there. And then this is the Essence The False Lashes Mascara. This is the like orange one. I have one that's a pink one as well. This is the Dramatic Volume Unlimited. Pretty sure this was my #1 in my Essence mascara video that I did last year. Out of those Essence mascaras that I tested out. And the more I use this, the more I liked it. I've just been using this like to death for the past, I'd say 4 months. So it's time to let it go. I probably could still get more use out of this though, but I know it's time to let go, and I have a bajillion mascaras that I need to go through. As you've probably already heard, I have a little whiny puppy. It's not dinner time yet, but he's just gonna be annoying for the next little while, so I gotta try and wrap this up so you don't hear him too much. Anyway, and I've been talking a whole lot right now. So, empties. So, for the month of February, I had 12 empties. And the paid value of those empties was $53.98, and the retail value was $139.17. So I did have three other items and 1 declutter as well. So in total, there was 16 items, but we're only really counting empties. So let's go into the budget. So, well, let me actually put on screen. So this was the February buys. I think I'm doing this on the right side. If I'm not, I'll just put the numbers on the right side. And then this is the February goodbyes, or the empties. So we'll see what the totals are. And then now let's talk about the budget. So I had, where was I at? End of February balance, we're at the negative. So right now we're at negative $33.64, but my February empties add $53.98. So we were at a March budget of a whopping $20.34. I have basically $20 that I can spend in March, which, as I've just mentioned, I kind of need to buy a facial moisturizer, although I might be able to hold off. I have a couple of items in my samples basket, like a couple of small, like not packets, but actually like deluxe size sample moisturizers. So I'm going to try and use those and hopefully that gets me through March, because then I'd like to be able to roll that March budget into the April budget so I have some money that I can maybe spend at Sephora. Who knows? So I'm trying to make March a no-buy month. The only thing that I will buy if I do buy anything is a facial moisturizer. So that's where we're at. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm not kidding you. I thought each month I'd be like, I have about $100 to spend. Kind of like 2 years ago when I did $125 per month. I definitely thought I would have a bigger budget each month. No. And the other thing, so I didn't talk about this in my last video, but I was looking at my numbers from last year, specifically makeup, and I'm pretty sure I brought in around 100 and something items, makeup items, like individual items, like that includes like individual eyeshadows. But then when I looked at my empties from last year, there was only about 40 makeup items that I had as empty. So I brought in like 100 and I only used up 40. I want to try and balance that a little bit better. I know from a skincare perspective, I can balance it pretty well. I usually kind of keep my skincare fairly in like I might have one back out ready to go. So when I'm finishing something, I've got that item there, but that's about it. Other than those Bath & Body Works body creams and stuff that I talked about last month. But like I said, I know I will go through those. I don't have so many. I think I have like 4 in my backup because I've already opened up a new one. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I've got this sad little puppy looking at me like, ladies, stop talking to that machine and pay some attention to me. And I'm starting to lose my light. And yeah, so I hope you like this video. I hope you like this concept. I'm really trying to be a little bit more conscious. I mean, I said this last year. I say this every year, but I feel like now I am just trying to be really conscious about what I'm bringing in and what's going out and why I'm buying things. I'll never do a no-buy like for a year because I can't do that. At least at this point. It would be different if I lost my job or something like that. I could definitely do a no-buy if needs be. But right now, needs don't need to be. And I enjoy my makeup and I enjoy buying beauty products and trying beauty products. So yeah, this is just more about finding the balance of everything. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.